don't know about you guys, but if you have ever been down on your motorcycle, gotten hit, somebody had no insurance, anything like that, you feel like there's nobody around to help you out. But Law Tigers Motorcycle Attorneys is the way to go. You need to get these guys, just save them in your phone if you have to. Law Tigers is there to help bikers. It's bikers for bikers. These guys ride motorcycles, and they will take care of you. They're personally handling claims and will be the biggest advocate for anybody on two wheels. Check out Law Tigers Motorcycle Attorneys and a sponsor of 4th Street Live. Thanks so much. What's up, everybody? Are you looking for custom vinyl decals for your business? Go check out Vision Moto. Vision Moto can do everything from support stickers for your motorcycle club, custom decals for your dirt bikes or your Harleys, and anything that you can think of. Mark over at Vision Moto can get you taken care of. A local business right here in Reno, Nevada. Go check out Vision Moto. Did you start as graphics for dirt bikes?
No, so basically it's kind of crazy. Like my history with graphics goes back to when I was like 13. So when I was a kid,
In Santa Cruz, right?
San Jose.
San Jose.
Yeah, I'm originally from the Bay. I just moved out here last October.
Okay.
So, and I love it out here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was
There's no Californians.
No,
I just playing.
at least the ones that are coming here, at least from what I can tell, the ones that I have met that are transplants are like cool.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm starting to see more of the crowd we try to avoid out here, unfortunately.
Yeah, bro.
But for the most part, it's been cool. Like I really just like the vibe out here, especially up where I'm at, Spanish Springs. It's like super quiet, low key. Everyone rides dirt bikes. Everyone's got some type of toy.
All desert people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Or
it.
Harleys.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's cool. But like, yeah. So when I was 13, I liked the graphics on race cars, as that's what I was doing at the time, was racing cars, and I wanted to design my own car. Okay. So I kind of self-taught myself these programs when I was 13 years old, and like kind of funny because like now my dad, he's like super stoked, helped me start the business and everything. But shit, when I was 13, he was like, dude, you're not in the garage enough. You're not, learning all this stuff I'm trying to teach you, like machining and welding and all that stuff. Yeah. And then he just thought I was, wasting time behind a computer screen.
Yep. So what was the first car you built?
So we used to do sprint car racing, and that was like dirt oval track, have the wings on them and stuff, make like 750 horsepower and weigh like 1,300 pounds with you in it.
Yeah.
It's an animal. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I did. And then my dad, he was big custom bike builder, just out of the garage. So he did work for RLNS. He did stretch tanks and stretch fenders for Sims back in the day, like when the tail draggers were like the thing, Yeah.
So he's a big welder.
Big welder, big fabricator. He loves that stuff. Yeah. And our machine shop is actually still open in the Bay Area. We're in the process of like selling it so he can move the equipment at his shop that he's building at his house up here.
He's coming here too.
He's already up here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he moved. He tried to play it off like he was going to wait a year after I moved, and he ended up waiting about 2 months. Pulled the trigger on a spot of like right across the highway from me.
Yeah.
So he loves it out here.
He doesn't want to come bring it here.
No, so he's bringing the machining side here, but only like certain accounts he wants to keep. And for the most part, he wants to do like stuff he wants to do. Cause he's, he just turned 60. So he's like, dude, I just want to work on stuff that I enjoy working on. Like he's talked to guys out here about doing motors, cause he's really good at building V-twin engines, and there's not a lot of motor builders out here.
No.
So, that's going to help him a lot. Like he loves tinkering and like doing stuff like that. Like that's his thing, like building custom exhausts and like nerding out on stuff like that. Like he's gonna buy all like the plenishing hammers and all the crazy stuff to do like badass like sheet metal fab.
Yeah, we need one. Hey, there's a couple here. I mean, Paco's in Nevada, you know what I mean, but there's we need a club style one, you know what I mean? Like that's what to me what DJ is he's like there's like the old Evo and Chopper shops here, and but like we needed a really solid like club style FXR Dynas, what I mean?
It's like crazy. My friend Drew from Stockton, I know he's building.
Stockton Drew, dude.
Yeah, so Drew's building an FXR like FXR Frisco style one, with the extended neck and like all that stuff, like super narrow, fast. And it's crazy to see like that's like coming back, because that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
I was early 2000s, so I was watching like biker build off with like Billy Lane and
Damn.
Indian Larry and like,
Yep.
you know, Jesse James and all that stuff back in the day. That's
Yeah.
what I grew up watching, is like
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So it's cool for me because I'm like, I just like the fabrication side of things. Like when I go to a show, there's a million dynas with cool paint and God DLC coding. Like
Yeah.
everything's got to be gold chrome, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I like, you know, I'll stray away from that stuff. I like guys that are like going full crazy, like alloy art,
Yes.
forever rad,
Yeah.
all those kind of guys where it's like crazy billet, like
Yeah.
have to think it out to make
Custom
it kind of stuff,
wheels,
like real
CNC
custom stuff.
wheels. Yeah.
Even though it's still a bagger, it's still a dyna, but it's
Yeah.
like it's a one-off subframe and a one-off
Yes.
swing arm.
I
Like
do like that.
that stuff's cool to me. Like
Yeah.
that to me is still like a build.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like you got to tote that line with build nowadays because, you know,
It's
bolt
true.
on builds.
Well, like back in the day, I mean, if it wasn't cut,
Yep.
it wasn't a chopper. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And like, I still like, I don't have a chopper. I've never built one. So, I defer to the guys that build choppers that I know that I really respect, and they're like, no, man, like even Mondo, like if it's not cut,
Yeah.
I don't consider it a
Dude,
chopper.
I
And I'm
love,
okay,
like,
you know what I mean?
I got
You know?
some friends from like the Bay Area that are building choppers and stuff. Like my buddy Ian, he built one and he does
Yeah.
like the Frisco Chopper Show and stuff like that out
Yeah.
there, and it's sick, dude. Like seeing everyone get back to the hardtail, like
Yeah.
core to me of
Yeah.
what motorcycling like is, you know,
Yes.
building your stuff and riding your stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's, you know, the show stuff's cool and all, but you know, at the end of the day, it's like I made more memories like not going to shows, riding my stuff, like, you know, going to, I mean, this was back probably 2014, 2015. I was helping my buddies with Straight Up, and they were
Yep.
doing the stunt show stuff. And that's like when them and Unknown we were going to like Las Vegas Bike Fest,
Yep.
Laughlin River Run,
Mhm.
all that fun stuff. And like, it was cool. Like, I feel like that's kind of when it peaked in a way, like, you
Yeah.
know, and then all of a sudden it kind of flattened out again. And now it's ramping back up again, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, I love like just going to like custom bike, like
Yeah, me
shows,
too.
like chopper shows.
I
It's
do
like
too.
fun.
What do you think the fall off was in like the 2015?
Social media.
I think
I think
has a
it just
part of
blew up. Like everyone wanted to be the next Harley Wheelie god, and like
That too.
they missed the boat. You know, there's
Yeah.
like two guys. Actually, crazy enough, like we thought Unknown was the only team was going to actually do something because they signed with Monster.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now you got CJ and Concrete Cowboys, and they're with Beast Unleashed, which is still Monster, but it's the alcohol side. So, but it's like those guys, they travel the country, get paid to do stunt riding. Like,
Yeah.
that's badass. Sucks because like a lot of guys were getting paid until all these new kids like came in and would do it for just like free tires.
Yeah.
And we had to justify taking time off work and traveling and
Yeah.
wear and tear on our stuff. So we were charging people. They're like, well, we don't want to like pay you guys. We want to just give you guys free tires. We're like, well, we ain't going to come for free tires, dude. Like, no
Yeah,
way.
you're gonna pay us.
And I didn't even ride. I just
Yeah.
wrenched. You know, I went to go help everybody. That was my thing. I just drank and partied and wrenched. That's all I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, and I think about that too. The social media definitely. I think I've thought about that lately, and it's like you know, if Instagram and social media was around in the 70s while dudes were building choppers, you know, they would have absolutely still had social media and posted their stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not jaded to think that like it's the good old days. It's just there was no social media back then.
Mm-hmm.
And so that it's frowned upon in the chopper scene now when they think that there's motorcycle influencers and things like that. And I'm just like, I will never be a fucking influencer. I don't care I don't care what you like and I don't care what you don't. I like doing what I do. But you know, there's a weird jaded thing about dudes that build choppers now. It's like that dude's built a chopper and he posts it on Instagram and he's a dork, you know, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, I don't think so. You know, I think it's fucking sick. So I think it's cool to have influencers that do chopper stuff. You know what I mean?
Speaking of choppers.
Yeah, that's Jake.
Love
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like to me, I loved going to Born Free early. Like we went to BF7 and it was a good time.
Yeah.
But now it's like last year, I went to go help out Roger with Hostility and I drove out there and like worked the booth and stuff. And
Right.
it was just like nothing's changed and it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Same build, same bike, same people. Like,
Yeah, it is.
you just get bored, you
Yeah.
know? So that's why I was like, this year, I thought it was cool what you guys did out here
Yeah.
because
we took it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, dude, since what was it, COVID?
Yeah. It
Was
just
when they
hasn't.
shut everything down
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. We
And
were
even
still.
before then, it still sucked. It
Yeah.
wasn't great, you
Yeah.
know.
It's slowly gone away, and it's simply due to, like we were talking on the phone. It's simply due to the fact that, like, the only thing about the chopper community that's like I'm a little annoyed with is like some chopper shows won't allow people with patches in, and um everybody, if you have your own fucking show and you put the work in, you get to say whatever. But I think that I wouldn't tell anybody they couldn't come to my show, because especially dudes with patches, they're the ones that are the biggest uh enthusiasts of motorcycles around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like, you know,
I think the climate in that aspect has changed a lot
it
too. The
has, bro.
problem is everyone just keeps on going back to like what was it, 15 years ago when Jethro got killed? You
Right,
know,
right.
like and everyone just keeps on going back. It's like, dude, it's been 15 years, bro. Like things have changed, people have changed. There's a mutual like feel like nowadays it's pretty mutual like as far as you got stay on your side, we stay on our side kind of thing. It ain't
Yeah.
like it used to be like where it
Yeah.
was just like looking for problems
Yeah.
because no one wants to get caught up anymore.
No.
So I just think like now it's like people just got to open up their eyes a little bit. Like at the end of the day, like I've met really cool guys that wear patches and I've met
Yeah.
guys that aren't that cool that wear patches and
Yeah.
I've met guys that are pieces of shit that don't wear anything. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Like if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter like patch or not. Like I
Yeah.
just think that everyone has something to bring to the table and it's kind of like it's pretty crazy like, you know, now that I moved out here, I followed like all the local pages and stuff, you know, like the
Yeah.
event stuff and it's crazy like some of the local people like what they say about like street vibes and the people and stuff. I'm like, man, I was like, times have changed because I remember it used to be like a big deal. There'd be signs all over the place. You walk into every casino, they're all pumped to have everyone there, and now they're just like, get the fuck away.
They are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
And it has a lot to do with, it's not like that here.
No.
You know, in California there's a lot more drama. You know what I mean? In here,
Mhm.
and there's just not, I mean, there's a lot of really rad men who have cultivated this community for a long time, the motorcycle community, and they've kept it peaceful, and it's a testament to those guys. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, those dudes are the reason why Reno is different than any other place in the that I know that I've been to, and I've got charters all over Cali. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Cali's there's a reason people move to Reno, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
So,
It's
you know?
crazy how much like cheaper I mean, you know, I'm like comparing the Bay Area to here, which is like insane. You know, I mean, I sold my little 1,300 square foot house for like 1.3 million, and we bought a
Jesus.
baller ass house out here for me. Like it's just me and my lady.
Yeah.
And we
And
paid
had money left over.
640.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like, and it's quiet, and all my neighbors ride dirt bikes, and I
Yeah.
don't get, you know, yelled at for riding my bike in late or, you know, having my dirt bikes in the street, washing them and stuff. Like everyone's all doing the same thing. I'm like, wow, this is like, it felt weird at first. Almost felt like I was on vacation, like I was staring at an Airbnb when I first moved here. I was like, this is a trip, like, but it's cool.
Are you gonna do Harley decals?
Yeah, so like it's funny, like my old man, I just like wrapped over some stripes on a bike that he just bought for a buddy of his because they had like the two-tone.
So you do wraps too?
I do if I have to. I try not to just because to
But
me
you're capable.
I'm capable of doing it. It's just like I don't have the room to do it just because I got such a small little space right now.
Whatever.
But like decals, I can do that stuff all day. Like I've done, you know, tank stuff and like, you know, like you said, support stickers and all that.
Well,
kind
those
of stuff.
badges I have on are my favorite. I had to get those from Romania because
Are they gold?
They're gold, but the wings themselves, they're like those old school Harley Davidson wing badges. You know what I mean? And that's my favorite. But it's like got to be a specific kind of badge.
Yep.
Like because there's different wing badges that look almost too cartoony. You know what I'm saying? I like the fucking wing badge that's got like a little sharp look. It looks real. So those are the ones I got, and I was like, dude, if there's somebody here that did those, they rush it.
Yeah.
Because I had to get those. There was nobody in America that made it just like those,
I mean,
you
dude,
know?
like it's kind of funny because I kind of like contradict myself sometimes because I like doing stickers, but at the same time, all my helmets are painted, all my bikes are painted.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell people, I'm like, the temporary stuff is cool because if you get over, you just rip it off.
Yeah, those ones I had to clear over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because
You know,
it's got like that foil in it.
There's
You just
foil
wanna,
and they're real. Like they were supposed to be real replicas of like I think it's a shovel head, not 70 shovel head or something.
I know what logo
like
you're
that.
talking about.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like an exact replica, you know. And I was like, that's what I want. So you had to clear them, you know what I mean? But I agree with you. I do like painted bikes, and I do like being able to like guys like Harley being able to do a custom thing, but even he'll sometimes use
Yeah,
decals
decals
depending
and
on
stencils and all that kind of
stencils and
stuff.
what it is,
Yep.
just to do some of his
Dude, I
stuff,
love like my favorite ones when I built my FXR. My favorite paint jobs are like the OEM style paint, but
Yeah.
people tweak the colors. So like
Mhm.
I've seen that on FXRs a ton,
Yeah.
like convertible ones especially, like
Yep.
where they'll just change it a little bit or they'll go
Yep.
dig through. I have the FXR like Bible pretty much. It's got all the
Yep.
paint codes in it.
Oh,
And
sick.
yeah, and it's like it's cool like seeing the color combinations and
Yeah.
like how many were made of that color and like I've seen maybe a handful of them and like it's just like I just like clean stock cuz like to me it's like the paint's cool, but if your paint's really outlandish, it takes away from like if you did do like custom fabricated stuff on your bike, no one's looking at that. Everyone's just looking at the paint job.
Right. Right.
So it's like you got to like have happy medium. So it's like you can actually like respect the build but
Yeah.
still have a cool paint job, but it's not like that's all that your bike is known for. Like, oh, that's that bike with the crazy paint.
With the paint job, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's funny because I've won a couple shows with a single color paint job.
Yeah. And you know what's funny?
And I've had my guys with that have like a 131 kit in
Yeah.
park right next to me, and they just say, "Man, I feel bad because like that best in show Dyna there,
Yeah.
like a couple of these, it's like, man, they have thousands of dollars into their motors,
Dude,
bro. You know,
I painted my my Dyna at one point. It was like 2013.
yeah,
I painted it Toyota cement gray.
that's what I had.
Yeah. So
I had a cement gray.
yeah, so it was
Yeah.
that Toyota color code. But
Yeah.
when I first painted
That's
it,
my favorite.
dude, I was cracking up as my buddies always gave me shit. They're like, it looks like you just put clear coat over primer. I'm
That's my
like, hey,
favorite.
you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
Hate on, but that was 12 years ago.
That was my Dyna. Yeah,
Yeah, so I was
Yep.
just cracking up because like now they're selling bikes that are painted that color.
I know.
And
love
it's like super funny to me because I'm just like, oh, whatever happened to the gloss primer bullshit?
I
Like
love it.
everyone loves
It's
it
my
now.
favorite.
The pastel colors are
Yeah.
like a hit. Like
Yeah.
especially like I've always wanted to see someone paint a bike like that Toyota sandstone color, like that
Yeah.
tan.
The
I think
tan's tight.
it'd
I
be
have
sick.
seen one. There was a Sportster that, oh shit, was it Unknown? It was,
Yeah, I know what bike you're thinking of.
and they did
Schultz
like a dirt
painted it.
bike.
Schultz painted it, and it had
Yeah.
like
And they did a raffle.
it's the bike you're thinking of. I think is that T Sport that they did, and
Yeah.
it had like the 3 Toyota stripes
Yes,
on it.
that's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was a Dyna.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
dude's bike, I forget who. I know the guy that bought it.
Okay.
And then he bought that thing and he stunted it, and then he had it repainted, like
Yeah.
the same thing, but just
Yeah.
had it touched up and stuff. But that
Yeah.
same thing, one of my favorite paint
Gotcha.
jobs.
That one was tight. Yeah. That almost like army.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like sand. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
like
fucking
matte
sick.
tan. It
Yeah.
was sick.
That was
Like,
one of my
yeah,
favorites.
I
That was
love
one
it.
of dude. Hopefully we can I'm gonna see if I can put a little clip of that bike in here because that is a dope bike, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go on Taylor's page. I guarantee he's got pictures of it. He's the one that painted it for sure.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah, Taylor painted that bike.
Yeah, I like the single color. I like the crazy panel jobs too, man. It's just, just not my thing. I like a single color.
Yeah.
And I like crazy.
I'm like big on less is more. That's what I try to
Yeah.
tell my customers all the time too.
Yeah.
Because like they'll send me a sheet a mile long of all this stuff they want to cram into something. And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. Like,
Yeah.
let's tone it down. This is what I think, like we can utilize some of your ideas, but let's just, you start throwing 10 pounds of shit at a 5-pound bag. No one's going to know what to read and what to look at,
I love that.
especially with a company.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I've had some people, they want like all this crazy stuff in the background. I'm like, yo, let's just
Yeah.
go with a cool font.
Yeah.
Simple 2-color so that you can put it like, on hats or shirts or whatever. And then you do another logo that's got all the crazy stuff in it. You know what I
agree.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
when we did the Reno Slab Slides logo,
Yep.
it's kind of cool because like now that Sac's gone,
Yeah.
I've done every logo for every shop so far,
Oh,
which is cool. But it's
Dope.
like they're all different, but they're all pretty much the same,
Yeah.
with the wings, but they all got their own like theme to it. Like it
Yeah.
was cool when Danny was like, "Oh, I want it to be racy looking."
his is my favorite, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
I like
okay.
Rogers, but I like DJs a
I
lot.
like Tristan's that we did too with the flames instead
Yeah, I
of the
saw that one
wings.
too.
Yeah,
Too.
that's
yeah.
the one that's in Gilroy.
Gilroy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw that one. That one's tight. Yeah. So were you riding dirt bikes down there in the Bay Area?
Yeah. So I did moto like
Because there's no desert there.
Yeah, I
so
did.
It's all moto.
All I did was race. So like I
Yeah.
did racing most of my early years, and
Yeah.
then up
I
until
wore
like
my Vegas to Reno hat for you, dude.
hell
You
yeah.
know what I- yeah.
So all I did was moto up until I was 21,
yeah.
pretty much, and then I had a really bad crash. I broke my femur, separated my shoulder, and I messed up some neck vertebrae and stuff, and
Fuck that.
I was out for, and I broke the socket out of my hip too. So I got like 7 screws holding my bone into my hip
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But like, so that took me out. And then right when I got healthy again, I crashed again. Like my first ride back had a mechanical failure
Right.
and wrecked my collarbone, broke my collarbone in half, separated my shoulder. And then I was like, all right, I got to hang it up for a little bit. I was just missing too much work. So then that's what kind of dove me into like doing the Harley stuff more. Cause like, you know, it's not super hard on your body.
Yeah.
I was riding my Harley 2.5 months after femur surgery just because I was bored at home and I was, you know, going stir crazy just sitting in the house.
Yeah, man. Yep.
That's why every time I sit at a stoplight, everybody laughs because like I always keep this foot up at a stoplight because I got used to riding like that. So because I couldn't dab it, so now I'm just like permanently stuck that way.
Yeah, that's so funny because I'll ride with. So here's the funny thing: is like dudes that will come and start riding motorcycles and they came from dirt bikes. They ride Harleys. They're so good. They're so good. They pick it up so fucking easy, so natural to them. But they'll drag their heels in corners. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you fucking doing, dude?
Yeah, that's like my little brother Ryan. He's a Stockton member, and he was pro AMA flat track. So now it's funny because he'll like drift sideways, like going into a corner, like he's sliding like a dirt bike, like on the like flat tracking it, and like he's just got good talent. But I also think a lot of it has to do with like peripherals. Because if you're racing growing up, like you got eyes on the sides of your head, you can hear things that most people can't hear. Like that's why we're pretty, knock on wood, like pretty good at like splitting lanes. Yeah. Because we're pretty situational awareness, like pay attention to little stuff that, you know, not your normal person won't notice. Because I see people get in accidents sometimes. I'm like, how the hell did you not avoid that? You know, but like to me, I'm like, oh, well, I've been riding since I was like 4. Yeah. So that makes sense.
I prospected out of SAC. And so I come from Nevada. We do split lanes, but we don't. You know what I mean?
So one thing that state has up on
it sure does. You know, and so like, but there it's like we're splitting these semi trucks at 90.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that's what we're doing, bro. You know?
Yeah. When I was I
love it, because it's also a lot fucking safer, dude.
So it's funny to me because like I rode when I was going to go see Lee over at Reno Harley. Yeah. I split the whole way there because like in Spanish Springs, when you're on Pyramid, like
sucks.
I'm not going to sit in traffic. If I have a motorcycle, I'm not sitting in traffic.
Yeah, you're going to get hit.
I'm just going to split. Yeah. So when I got there, I told him, I was like, man, I split all the way here. He's like, hey, you might want to be a little careful because like depending on the cop, like they could write you for a felony for that.
For sure.
I'm like,
it's so funny, dude, because it's like everybody hates on it too. It's like when they see people splitting when they see people splitting like at a stoplight, it's like, come on. It's so much safer to.
I've seen so many buddies get rear-ended at stoplights from people that are just
being
like texting.
In the gap. Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's like if I'm in the middle at the front, it's like that's not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get sandwiched between the car in front of me and like whoever rear ends me. No way.
Yeah,
like screw that.
And there also is some weird statistic about Northern Nevada, in Nevada in general, is like we have more motorcycle-related fatalities than anywhere else.
I think there's honestly, I don't know if it's just because I follow all the local pages, but dude, people don't know how to drive out here.
That too.
It's insane the amount of accidents that there are.
There is a lot. There is a lot,
dude.
And it is.
I thought the people in the Bay were bad.
The people in the Bay are bad, bro. But but they don't. They let you split lanes, bro. You know what I mean? And that's what's great about that part of California. I got to give it to them, bro. You know? So, so you rode dirt bikes. And then you got into Harleys after that. How old were you when you were getting into Harleys?
Like I said, I bought my bike when I was in 2011. So it was like right before my 21st birthday is when I got mine. Yeah. And started riding. Yep. And it, like I said, it kind of took over my life once I hung up the helmet and stopped racing and stuff because it was just like another way to ride and whatever. Yeah. And then ironically, like I was still like staying in really good shape, and you know I started to hang around with some friends that were like in clubs and stuff, and then actually started like prospecting for a club in the Bay, and then they always thought I was a cop because I never drank at the time. Like I never drank, I never did drugs or whatever, and they were just like, dude, are you a cop? I'm like, no, dude, it's not my thing. Yeah. And then as soon as I stopped doing that, because you know just life kind of changed and my perspective changed on things, I just wanted to do my own thing. And then after that, that's when I just fully dove into like the partying side of things, which is like crazy because you would have thought that would have dove me in, but no, I was just like, no, I just was on my own. Yeah. And then that fully went like, especially coming up here, like when I moved up here, I was like, man, every time I've come up here, I've partied for like 4 or 5 days straight without sleeping. Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's the part about being in a motorcycle club is like that holds you accountable. So not always, and not every club, but I mean generally I can only speak from my experience. But like this club is a lot of accountability. So if you're like alone like that, you left to your own devices, you're gonna make choices that you wouldn't do
Yeah.
around people that are gonna be like, dude, you're fucking up. It's Wednesday, go home.
Yep.
You're family, bro.
Well, that was the thing. It's like I didn't realize it for years because, like, I mean, the same group. I partied with the same group all the time. It was the same. We had a big group of friends,
Yeah.
and it was just like where we would start on Thursday at bike night
Yep.
in San Jose, and then it would turn into like going to
Monday,
work.
bro.
Yeah, going to work Friday, hungover, and then riding to the bar after work, and then being gone till Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Then trying to put yourself together to go to work the next day. And it was like that for years.
Yeah.
And then before I know it, it's like, I think the thing that probably made me quit everything was, I think it was 2022.
Yeah.
My buddy committed suicide.
Fuck.
And we were hella close. Like when he was going through it, like we were calling each other almost every day because he was going through shit and I was going through shit. And it was just kind of like meeting of the minds, like, how are you doing? How you doing? Kind of thing every day. And then, he actually called me the night that he did it. Like, it was almost like he called me and like a bunch of like our other friends. Everyone kind of said the same thing. It was almost like he was saying bye.
Damn.
But we didn't know,
Damn.
Yeah. And then he like did what he did. And then I just went off the deep end the rest of the year. My chick at the time left. And then I was just at home by myself. And then I'm like, oh, cool. Now I'm not going to get yelled at for drinking and doing coke on a Wednesday in the middle of the day. Like, I'll do whatever I want now.
Right.
Yeah. And it just like spiraled completely out of control until November 16th is when I decided to quit. Cause it was like I don't know how it was for you, but for me, it was like either I'm putting a bullet in my head or I'm going to fix my life. One of the two. Like, it was just going to get that bad if I didn't stop. Like, I already knew.
So was it drinking?
It was everything. Like, cause I couldn't drink without doing coke. And I couldn't do coke without drinking. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why, now I have
I think you quit before you moved here, dog. You know what I mean?
I know, dude. So, that's like, when I did quit, I was just like, just decided, all right, like, that's it. I'm done. Talk to my family. My dad, he was an ex-addict. So he already had an idea. Like I was fucking up, he was like, well, I was just waiting for you to say something. But like, I knew what you were doing, and then like the addictive side of things like runs in my family on both sides, like between my dad and then my uncles on my mom's side, like they all had problems. Ironically, my uncle on my mom's side, my mom's brother that introduced my dad to my mom was my dad's dealer like, back in the day, dude.
Damn.
So so it's like it's full circle kind of like crazy shit. But when I was done, like I was just done, like and it was nice just because like I wouldn't have any of the stuff I have now if I didn't quit, like at all, like not even close.
Yeah, the house in Spanish Springs, all that stuff, dude.
Business, like friends, like even the friends that I have now, it's like nice because I like having friends that, like you said, people that hold each other accountable, but also people that like, everyone's got goals, everyone's got like drive, like they want to be better. Like, I don't know if you did the AA thing. I did it for a little bit.
I do AA meetings here.
Yeah, so I did AA for about 6 months, and then I got into like my own routine. And it worked for me, but it's like, but it was like,
I needed AA for the same reason I need to be in a motor. I like being in a motorcycle club is I need high levels of accountability.
Yeah.
And the dudes that can not go to AA and get sober and also cure the reason that they drink or their disease, which is like a spiritual one, in my opinion, the deficiency. The people that can do that, my hats are off to them. And I'm not saying that there's not one size fits all. I need AA because I need people. I need a community around me that's like, if they don't see me or they don't hear from me or they're going to be like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or also like if I say, hey, it's probably a good idea today for me to just fucking say fuck it and start drinking. I've got a grip of people that are going to say,
fuck no.
Fuck no, dude. First,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I've got to call them first. You know what I mean? And that's what I need. You know what I mean? But I totally understand. My hat's off to you, bro. And it isn't one size fits all. And having a community, I didn't have a community. I didn't even know what the definition of community was until I got sober. You know what I mean? And it was like,
my biggest reason of wanting to do it like solo was because for a long time I always was like I relied on people a lot for like holding me up kind of thing, which isn't a bad thing. It's nice to have that. But for me, I was like, dude, if you can figure out how to do this on your own, like you can handle anything,
That's
you
right.
know? And like,
Yeah.
even like now, like I'll go through stuff now where they would have turned me to drinking like instantly back in
Yeah.
the day, but
Yeah.
now it's just like,
Or excuse maybe even.
yeah. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, you know what? It ain't that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it sucks, but it's not that bad. Like, it's not going to drive me. Nothing will ever drive me to do that ever again, which is
Yeah.
nice. Like, I'll be 3 years this year, but it's like,
Fuck yeah, dude.
yeah, it's crazy because it goes by quick, but at the same time, it, like you said, the spiritual side of things where you just keep on learning and opening new doors and going like, oh, maybe that's why I did that for so long. You know
Right.
what I mean? You just
Right.
figure out like all this stuff that you had no idea about
That's it, dude.
yourself. You know,
Yeah.
it's a trip.
Yeah, that is it, dude. Yeah, it was yeah, I suffer from a spiritual deficiency that has manifested its way into drug and alcohol addiction, dude. And to some people struggle with drugs and alcohol and just can quit, dude. And it's like, dude, I wish I was like that. I wish I was like you. You have a higher willpower than me,
Yeah,
dude.
but
You know
at
what
the
I
end of the
mean?
day, it's like you
You know,
still have the willpower to stick to what you're doing. Like
too. Yeah,
and
yeah,
that, like
yeah,
I said, one person could be strong in one way, another
yeah,
person be strong in another.
yeah.
It's like I always tell, like I actually had a friend of mine reach out to me over the weekend because he was going through it,
Good.
and you know, he was like, I just finally admitted he had an issue. So I'm like, all right, dude. I'm like, kind of just pointed him in the right direction on what I recommend. You know, I'm like, hey, this is what I would do in your
Good.
position. But like you said, it's not one size fits all. I'm like, you just
Yeah.
got to figure out what works.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, biggest thing is just like, I learned like I had to do it for me at the end of the day because like I know some guys that did the sobriety thing for a little bit, but they were doing it to like get a girlfriend
Right.
back or have a better relationship, like just because they're like their family told them to or
Yeah.
this and that. And I'm like, well, dude, you're not going to do it if like that's your reason why. You know, if like you really just need to want to do it at the
For
end of the
sure.
day, period.
Yeah,
Like if
no,
you don't want to do it, you ain't going to do it.
yeah, I've worked with people trying to get sober and they're like, yeah, they're doing it for their to get the girl back or whatever. And sometimes they'll even get the girl back. And then it's like I don't see him ever again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it really is the same thing, bro. It's like if you want to get sober, you got to do it for yourself. And if you do it for yourself, the funny part about that is the rest will come. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But you have to
or like
yeah.
people get. I mean, you know, it's like the like friends come and go. Like I have a lot of good friends now that are like my best friends, and I can count them
Yeah.
on one hand,
Right.
which is great.
Yeah.
And you know, we all have families, and you know, either our own businesses or we're
Yep.
successful in like whatever we're doing, and it's like it's just good vibes, and like you know,
Yeah.
everyone's got the same goal
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
We
which is
talked
nice.
about there's only one place in town I take my Harley Davidson motorcycle to, and that is Slabs Sides Motorcycle Shop on Glendale Avenue in Reno. If you're looking for a tune-up, customizing your motorcycle, bars, exhaust, they've got everything you need and one of the best hourly rates in town for any of your motorcycle repair stuff. Go check out Slab Sides Motorcycle Shop. This is Jacob, the host of the 4th Street Live podcast, and my new book, The Rail Runner, inspired by my life on the railroad and being a railroad contractor, is now for sale on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Please go check out my new story if you're looking to escape reality for a few hours. It's a great read. Support a local Reno author. Thanks so much. Friends, the other day, we were talking about it with the cowboy hat on, and he was saying the same thing. He was, to me, the true definition of having a friend is somebody that you don't want anything from them and they don't want anything from you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
And that's something that was foreign to me before I was sober.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely treated people like that as well.
Oh,
You know what I
same,
mean? And
same.
it was like, what do you have that you can give to me? You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Or
exactly.
Like, and it was women too, especially. It was like
Especially
if they
women,
had cars,
honestly.
bro. You know what I mean? If they had a car or if they had money, bro, it was like, you
No,
know,
I feel
yeah.
you know, it's crazy because, you know, like looking back on things, I'm like, man, I was, you know, I was a dirtbag, you know, like, and I'm not ashamed to admit that either. You know, I've
Yeah.
always told people, I'm like, call me out for something I did. It's all good. Like, I'll own up to it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I'm not like before I'd be like trying to point the finger at someone else, like, oh, they made me do this or this made me do that. And like, now I'm just like, nope, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You know,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just kind of something you just kind of learn.
Yeah, taking ownership is tight, bro. You know
Ownership
what I
and
mean?
accountability is like huge.
Yeah.
You know,
No, that's real.
even just like currently it's like I'm figuring out the business side of things for me and like how to balance like business and life and
Yep.
relationships and all that stuff. It's been like kind of a challenge. I've only been doing my company for 2 months, but
Yeah.
it's been booming like crazy, which is nuts. But it's like taking all these lessons and just kind of putting them work
Yeah.
now, which is nice.
Well, finding a niche is tight. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, like, well, what I'm curious is how'd you get into the dirt bike graphics? You know what I mean?
So dirt bike graphics, I actually worked for a company for a little bit as like a designer, and then I wanted same reason, like when I was racing cars, I wanted to do my own stuff. Well, when I was racing bikes, I want to do my own stuff for my own bikes.
Yep.
So that's kind of how I got into that. And then now it's nice, like I've I've done so well with the artwork side of things that it's like people come to me because like my
How are you
stuff.
doing that? How are you doing it? Are you doing
Like
what program are you using?
Illustrator.
Illustrator. So do you hand draw some of that on like iPad?
Some stuff like crazy. Like I draw my own flames,
Dude.
so it's funny
Yeah,
because
your
like
flames are sick.
yeah. So my
The
flames,
two-tone on DJ's logo is tight.
yeah, those
You know what I
flames are
mean?
hand drawn.
That's tight.
So like that's like on a piece of paper, and I'll sketch it out, and then I'll draw it in Illustrator.
dope, bro.
Yeah, but like because I was drawing flames when I was like
Yeah.
In fourth grade or
We
third
all were,
grade.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
yours just look tight, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's how long I've been
Yeah.
doing it for. Even my mom, she's like moving up here too, and she was going through her stuff, and she was like, "Hey, look what I found! It's all these old, like drawings from like school back in the day when I was like 7 or 8 years old, just like sketching like flames out and logos and bikes and stuff." Like I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of cool,"
Yeah, that is cool, man.
Not much has changed.
So you're a graphic designer first.
Yeah.
Dope, bro.
Yeah,
that's tight, man.
Yeah, it's cool because like I didn't want to just do moto stuff. That's why I have fun like doing a little bit of everything, so you don't just get like it doesn't get monotonous. It just doesn't get repetitive. It's like something a little new every day because that keeps you sharp too.
It does.
Like trying to keep just keeps everything fresh, and then you utilize certain ideas from like other stuff to you're like, oh, like that would look good. Like these colors would look good here and this and that because I've used them on a bike before. I've used them on a logo or like whatever. It all translates.
Yeah,
it's all the same. But no, it's cool. Like the moto stuff to me, it's like I love motocross at the end of the day. Like it's my do or die like sport, and I'll ride or die for that sport and do whatever I can to like, I sponsor a couple of kids right now that are, getting their pro cards and all that kind of stuff. They're like
for moto.
Yeah, for moto. Yeah, so they can do like supercross and pro outdoor nationals and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't mind riding with those kids because I know how expensive the sport is because I do it still on my own, like I spend all my own money, and my dad spends a lot of his money, like still to this day, like doing the moto stuff. But so I'm like, yeah, if I can throw you a free set of graphics that costs me like, peanuts, like I don't mind, just to help out some kid.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna remember their first fucking moto sponsor, dude.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And like
it's also free advertisement, dude. If you can throw your logo in there, dude.
Oh, that's why it's like been cool because I'm like, I don't mind sponsoring the fast kids. Like
right.
At least like, hey, you'll make my stuff look good. Like I don't mind that at all.
Yep. That's fucking dope. And then you got into then you did that, and then you got into doing some custom stuff for the motorcycle scene, which is dope, bro.
Yeah, like a lot of it was like just guys that I knew that rode Harleys and stuff, but then they had like construction companies and they had this and that. And they're like, hey, I want you to do all this stuff for me. And it was cool just because like the motorcycling brought us like met like together, like that's how we met. But it's like, oh, we built like a customer and relationship over that kind of stuff, which is nice because I feel like if you have something in common with whoever you're working with, like you can read them better, like you understand like what they want more and stuff like that. Like I can push boundaries on like some guys' logos because I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? Like I know he won't mind. But then I got some people that are just super corporate. There, it's like it's got to just be like,
so that makes
clean.
it feel like work when you do those.
Yeah, it kind of does, but it's still cool because I'm like, I'll have some corporate logos where I'm like, oh, that actually does look pretty badass. Like, even though it's only like 2 colors and it's super simple, but it's like, it's still got my spin to it. So you can tell I did it.
Yep.
That's
dope, bro.
That's the nice part about being an artist is like, you just like, I like people that can look at something I did and be like, oh, like Mark did that without even knowing,
That's how I feel. I want people to look at my motorcycles and know that I built those motorcycles. And my niche is the gold wheels. You know what I mean? It's like every build I've ever done.
Did you powder those ones?
I did powder coat them.
Yep.
And
how's it holding up?
Great.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so there's so shout out to Mountain House Powder Coating. Those are our guys. I used to have a really dope.
Where are they at? Because we need a powder coater.
Deep out there, dude.
Yeah,
it sucks. But
I heard that was the hardest thing to find out here is a decent powder coater.
We had a dope one, and he was my guy, dude, for a long time, and he helped me build that Dyna that I had, which was a gold Dyna. So it's crazy because my golds have to match So my biggest pet peeve is looking at a gold powder coat that doesn't look like the gold plating or the titanium nitrate or whatever. So I had to have it all matching. So I was really particular about how I do it. But I have to have my shit powder coated because I fucking ride my motorcycle. You know what I mean? And I ride in a club, and we ride in the snow and we ride in the rain. And it's like, if I want to build a perfect, my bikes, I want them to be show bikes that get rode. You know what I mean? So I needed a happy medium, so I went with powder coating most of my stuff. But it's basically transparent gold powder coat over super chrome or chrome, or straight chrome or polish, and it looks almost perfect. And if you do it right, it almost looks exactly like a
DLC.
like a gold plating, or the DLC or the titanium nitrate or any of that, So but it's got to be perfect, bro. You know what I mean? And I had Mount House. I'm anal retentive, so they did it once, and they had never done it, and I was like, it's not right. They redid it for me. They took care of it for me. So Mountain House is the way. The only shitty part is you have to go to Mountain House, but what you can do is you can bring your stuff to DJ.
Yeah,
and then DJ has a service where he
because we had
a deal with
we had the most clutch powder coater in San Jose. Me and Roger both used the same place.
Favorite, bro.
And it was sick because you roll up there and they got the mariachi music playing at 4:30 in the morning, and you drop that off and you'd be like, hey, come back at 2.
Yeah,
and be ready.
It too, and it's always sick.
Oh, and
bro.
it's like glass. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, I miss that so much.
Yeah, dude. Like the off gas. Yeah, those are the best ones. That was like my guy before, and he had a contract with Tesla.
Yeah.
And then he lost the contract with Tesla, and his powder coating just went out of business, bro. But he was dope. He was like that, where I could drop him off and he'd hit me up in 2 days. But Mountain House is just they're the only place I would take my stuff to locally. But you have to drive it's outside of Carson City. So it's a 50-minute round. It's like a almost 2-hour round trip to get out there. But
yeah, but I mean, it's better than doing 2-hour one way to go to like Sac or something.
To Sac, yeah. And I don't really know.
I don't know anyone in Sac either.
One of my guys in Sac had a guy, and I don't know what happened to him. But that's where I would go, bro. So if you're gonna do it, so like that's what I think is important, is having a neat, like somebody looks at your stuff or your artwork. And to me, bike building is an art form. Not trying to be pretentious as call myself an artist, but when somebody sees something I built and I'm not around, they know I built it, and that's cool. You know what I mean?
That's totally like an actual thing. It's it's like people building choppers. It's like you can tell a difference between an Indian Larry bike and a Denver
chopper.
You know what I mean?
And that's so cool.
Yeah.
And it's also cool knowing the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It means motorcycles if you can tell the difference and know the differences. But yeah, I know Mondo's bikes. I know Larry's bikes. I know James's bikes, dude. I know which ones.
Yeah, it's just funny because I was just talking to my lady about that, and I'm like, man, like I feel like I just turned 33 this week, so I was like, 90s.
Yeah.
Like 90s kid. I feel like our childhood was like the last of just like core like growing up watching.
We talked about that.
Yeah, watching cool shit on TV.
Yeah.
And
Discovery
no
Channel, no phone, no internet. Yeah,
no,
dude,
I don't even think I had Instagram until I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
And it was like the old Instagram that no one even used. We were still rolling on MySpace, and Facebook was new.
I had MySpace. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's like you getting fights over top friends back in the day.
Yeah, learning coding and shit, dude. Yeah.
That's what I was telling people. I'm like, I'm having such a hard time building my own website for my company. I'm like, dude, I literally used to code my own page on MySpace.
There was copy paste fucking code for MySpace, dude. I remember that. I didn't have Facebook until my senior year, and I didn't have Instagram until I was already out of high school, bro. You know what I mean?
I think that's when social media peaked for me. I feel like it was like MySpace.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's cool because I feel bad for my kids because they're gonna grow up with a sense of like much needed validation that I feel like this is the last generation that didn't need that.
I think the only thing that I like about social media now is, dude, the memes are so good.
So good, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
I've completely ruined a bunch of my friends' algorithms.
Yeah.
Dude,
for sure.
My boys will just straight up DM me out of nowhere. They're like, this is all I see in my feed now because of you. I'm like, I was like, my bad, dude.
For sure, dude. I love that you get to see, and and like I was saying at the beginning, that's the part of motorcycle building, because there's dudes out there that have built motorcycles that I would never know about.
Yeah.
That's important. I don't
Yeah.
care what anybody says.
Well,
dude.
I just
It's
like
simple.
I like dudes that just don't give a shit about what people think of like them
Yes.
or their stuff
Yeah.
or their company.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Chip Castellinic and Mikey from SDC. Great dudes. They could give a shit less about, you know, social media, none of that stuff. They don't
Yep.
care. They're not politically correct at all. Mikey posts the most outlandish things on his Instagram stories sometimes. He'll send you down some conspiracy theory rabbit
love
holes,
those.
which is great.
Dude,
You know,
I love conspiracy theories.
oh, dude.
And I'm not subscribed to anyone specifically, but like because I'm from Nevada, I love alien shit. That
Oh,
you know
dude.
what I mean. That's why we have the alien themes on.
You
the
know,
show,
it was funny.
you
My
know?
lady before I came here, she was like,
Yeah.
she's all, do not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it might need to be a 2-part podcast.
Dude, I could do a whole episode. I want to get some quacks on here, dude. Like some real fun, because I've talked to, like, if you ever go to Rachel, Nevada.
Never been there.
So Rachel,
Where is
Nevada,
it?
It's southeast of Tonopah. Okay.
Oh, dude, there ain't
And
nothing out there.
It's the gateway. It's how you get to the gate of Area 51.
Got it. So
Okay.
it's a the little podunk town before you get there.
Before you get there.
Yeah.
But it's got a theme of everything's fucking alien out there, dude. And it's like they bought into every conspiracy.
It's like the
there is.
alien jerky spot on the way to Vegas.
That same
you
one,
know?
and the alien brothel, dude. That's on the other side of the Area 51. That's on the other side of the mountains. So, but the back gate, I think, is Rachel, and I think the front gate is.
It is absolutely wild to
know?
me, though. Speaking of the alien thing, how just no one cares, and they're completely out in the open about it now. Like no one cared. No one cared. They literally unleashed all these like video footage and files, and no, like that's how dumbed down people are to like you know just crazy things now.
Yeah.
There's like
and
cool.
there's also so much, and it's like yeah, eggs are $10, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, eggs are $10. My guy Jake, is he here? Jake has he grows his own eggs.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Huh. He grows his own eggs. Come say hi. Say what up.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, I love you.
What up, man?
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Come here. Say what's up. Don't say anything racist.
Oh, again, like down the rabbit hole. It's like my buddies, like I swear we're probably gonna get raided by the FBI at some point because of all the anti-Israel stuff that we see on our pages.
There's a lot of fucked up shit on the internet.
It's insane. And it's crazy.
That guy that just came on sends me the most fucked up shit, dude.
Oh, it's just crazy. It's crazy to me because I'm like, this is totally just out in the open and no one cares. I'm like, this is like stuff I would have saw on I'm trying to think of like those websites we went on back in the day that were like had like the
Lively,
dude. And I'm like, what is this doing on Instagram, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's just on Instagram, bro. It's just crazy.
It's just in people's reels.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that there's the fact that they're so open only makes me skeptical that they're just trying to add misinformation to the thing, dude. You know what
Honestly, it's like I tell my chick, it's just pure entertainment at this point. Like
whatever.
But also,
and it's like nothing surprises anybody now.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I mean?
Not
it's
at
funny,
all,
dude.
you know, like I have some friends that are just hardcore like Trump people that will ride or die for that man till the day they die. And like, you know, I voted for the guy, but at the same time, I'm not afraid to call someone out if I'm like, hey, this don't seem right to me. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
I'm not married to any of my opinions ever.
Dude, I got
so,
like some of my boomer buddies that are just like, oh, how dare you? They get all mad and I'm like, dude, anyone can get it. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to throw shade at like any party, any side. Like, you know, if I think it's stupid or funny, I think it's funny.
I think a lot of it is all ridiculous, bro.
Oh, it is absolutely ridiculous. That's why I just like ride my dirt bike and stay in my little bubble.
One of my favorite things is I don't know if you ever seen that one. It was like Conor McGregor did an interview and they were asking him about
was this like Coke Connor or is this like early Connor?
No, it was
because Coke Connor's a great time to watch on social media
because it was right after a fight. But it was something about they asked him like what it was right before the elections.
Yeah.
And he was something about like, hey, who do you think is gonna win? And he said something funny and it was like, if you guys think that you guys are in control of that, you're fucking wrong.
Then you're dumb.
I was like, does he know something or is he just Irish? You know what I mean? But it made me think, and I was like, that's how I think.
Yeah, then you'll go in the comment section and people are like, oh, he's got too much Botox to think now.
Yeah, does he have Botox?
Oh, dude. If he gets punched, that's going to be blowing out of the side of his head.
Stretch, bro. You know what I mean? From
he looks bad, right?
Yeah. Well, he's running for something.
in
President.
Dublin. Yeah, president of Ireland or something like that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Isn't it Rosie O'Donnell trying to be a citizen now?
Rosie O'Donnell's not a citizen? She's
No,
Canadian?
she moved to Ireland, dude.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, she dipped.
Yeah, good for her. Yeah, probably a good idea.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
I love the internet.
have you watched speaking of Irish, have you watched the new House of Guinness?
No, I haven't.
It's a Netflix one, dude.
We just got done watching the monster thing with
was tight.
Charlie Hannum.
Charlie Hunnam, yeah.
Yeah,
whatever,
so
yeah.
my funniest thing is just watching all the girls just absolutely mortified that Jax Teller is a cross-dresser.
Sick.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
People
good,
forget he's
dude.
an actor,
Good
dude.
for him.
He's an actor.
I
You
know.
It's like Ed Hardy talks about being
Yeah.
gay. And I told my wife that, and I was like, dude, like, you love this guy, but he's like half gay.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's okay.
Yeah, that's
but
all
you
good.
just know that. And she's
Yeah.
like, fuck, I can't get past it. You know
yeah,
what
like
I mean?
like
So,
one
yeah.
someone I saw like the other night was like I had to rewatch some SOA episodes to like get that image of him out of my
for
head.
sure, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think he killed it, bro.
No, he did great.
I don't know.
He kind of talked like Winnie the Pooh a little bit, but I don't know if that was like what they were
had to have
going
been.
for.
That's how that dude talked.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he was like if Lenny of Mice and Men was an actual person.
Fuck, dude. Did they make a Mice and Men movie yet?
They don't. They probably have, dude.
That's a fucked up one, dude.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
just some big ogre just going around killing people in the middle of like what state was he in?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Good lord.
There's a
dude.
lot of serial killers from Wisconsin. He's not the
Must
only
be
one.
something in the water out there.
Something. I think it's just what else do you do in fucking Wisconsin, dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
mean they're
all
pretty
my
good.
family's
They're
out there.
pretty good at skinning people.
Dude, there's another major serial killer. Will you look it up real quick? There's another major serial killer in Wisconsin, bro.
Is that Jamie?
No, bro. It's somebody famous. It's somebody more famous. Not there's Ed Gein. Anybody else know? Arnold Palmer.
It's like
I don't think he's from Wisconsin, even, dude. Yeah. No,
I
Ed
forgot
Gein's
what
who
we're
we're
talking
talking about. So just Google serial killers from Wisconsin. Dahmer's
Jeffrey
from
Dahmer
Wisconsin.
was from Wisconsin.
Told you,
Damn.
dog. And they're all Sagittariuses too. I don't know if there's some relation. There's like,
Do you believe in that stuff?
so I'm Romani Gypsy. We invented that shit.
Yeah.
To scam you fucks. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what though.
So I
will
don't believe
say
in palm reading. I don't believe in tarot cards. I don't believe in any of that shit. I'll be real because I know people.
You know the history too. Yeah.
I know. I don't know, man. I know
That part.
they invented strip club. We invented strip clubs. I just don't believe in it because I'm a scam artist at my heart.
Yeah.
So I'm just, what's your hustle?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So, I think everything's.
Yeah,
a
I know.
hustle, dude,
You know,
so.
my previous years, it's like dated chicks that were like the rock collectors and oh, you know what I mean. I'm just
Yeah.
like, you walk into the room and they got the tapestry up on the wall with the
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
the Walmart lights, and
Yeah.
you're just like, good lord, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Just one time, can we get a girl that just collects?
I'm
mops?
grateful for mine. I'm grateful for mine. She's normal.
She is normal, dude.
She
I
loves.
met her. Yeah,
yeah.
she's great, bro.
Yeah, she
she's
loves
good.
working at Shays. Told me she was like, oh, I got an interview at that bar, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that's like the only recollection I have of that place. But at the same time, it was cool because like she had a mutual friend with Lacey. So I was like, oh, perfect.
Right.
I was like, you're in good hands. I trust like everything's gonna be smooth at that bar, no problem.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
awesome.
So what you were talking about conspiracy theories? What's your favorite one that you subscribe to?
Oh my god. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I would say now I'm just like completely like I have no idea why our government gives like Israel all this money.
Okay.
Zero idea.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no idea. And
I don't get why
I don't
our government gives any money to
any other country.
Any other country.
But that it's dude, you'll
you
go
can
down.
you can draw a line. The only thing I say is, is it going to affect my kids at my house?
Oh yeah.
And then I don't care. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I just fucking stay out of it.
Oh,
you
to
know?
me it's just like funny because it's like I feel like it's a thing that like pisses off both sides because you got all
Yeah.
these people that are like, oh, you don't like Israel, you're like, you're Hitler, you're like, whatever, blah
Yeah.
blah. And then you have all these people that are like,
Yeah.
on the other side of the aisle, you can literally piss us off both sides of the aisle, which is
Yeah.
hilarious to me because I'm just
And
like,
polarization, I think, is very manufactured.
oh yeah,
I don't think that it's as real as we are made for it to be.
yeah,
I don't think our country is because I literally travel the country for my job.
yeah,
And I don't think that I've been to the reddest red parts of rural Wyoming,
Yeah.
and I have been to the fucking bluest blue parts of Southern California. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
or
saying?
yeah, like
You know,
I went to Seattle,
for sure.
Washington
Seattle,
before.
Portland.
Yeah, and
These
I was there.
places are,
Everyone was cool. Everyone was nice.
these
And I was just
people
like,
do not hate people the way that it's made to be.
they're just
on the internet.
glamorizing a very small
Yeah.
portion of everybody
Yeah.
that's like, like it's just they're outliers.
Yeah, I think
And
that. Yeah,
they're a little mentally broken.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody just like is way more angry than they should, or they care way too much.
Yeah.
Like I kind of liked it when politics weren't like a big thing and
Yeah.
we were more worried about stuff that actually mattered.
Yeah, for sure.
But now it's like, social media again. It's like everyone's got a voice, everyone's got a platform, everyone's got a box to stand on, and here you are.
There's so many people that talk about politics. I think that because it's a polarizing issue and because it's got a negative connotation, I will always just try to make sure that we try to emphasize the parts of humanity that are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's drugs and alcohol recovery is not a partisan thing. Entrepreneurship is not a partisan thing. Just it takes nothing to be positive.
Dude, the craziest thing is like at the end of the day, everyone wants the same thing.
For sure.
And like, if like I said, I've had conversations with people that are so like radically one way or the other.
I know.
And I'm just like, like there's a line like right here that like we cross.
Yeah.
And like if you just stay there, like everything's fine.
I'm with whatever side reveals the aliens quicker. You know what I'm saying? Dude, tells us where the fuck everything is, bro. You know what I mean?
I want some alien parts to make my bike faster. Yeah.
Dude. So that's my favorite one is fiber optics.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
Where they're saying that like the fiber optics were directly in correlation of the crash in Roswell.
Yeah.
And it was like there's like lines drawn from the crash in Roswell and then fiber optic cable being invented. And there's like
they're saying that about like
that.
cell phone technology and this and that, like because like the rapid pace of it, and it's just like there is no other explanation for it other than like they're getting influence from something, which is like I totally believe that. I'm like, yeah, dude, like how did we go from having flip phones when I was 13 years old, or maybe 12 years old, to like having a literally walking computer?
Yeah,
my teacher was full of shit when she said we weren't going to have calculators in our pockets.
I think that's crazy about like the fact that the human race needs to constantly be iterating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Better versions. Because I know I'm like that,
Mm-hmm.
where I have iterations of myself. I've had iterations of businesses. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
it's
totally.
Like, it's always growing and it's always getting better. And I think that's such a unique thing that we have, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's constantly getting better and improving. I think that's a positive. But it is crazy. And it is it's like, where are we coming up with this shit? Dude?
Yeah, it's like the whole like, who Heavy D Sparks is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he just got arrested for like some Clean Air Act violation fine that he wasn't going to pay. They wanted like $875,000 from the guy. And he's like, I'm not paying that. He's got it, but principal, he ain't going to pay it. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But it's like that whole thing. I listened to a comic, George Carlin, a lot, and he was more George like Carlin. To me, he's more of a philosopher than a comic.
I like George Carlin.
Yeah, and like his whole thing on like, it's not that the planet's going away, the people are, and that's where people get like, selfish, and they're just like, hey, guess what? This place was here before us. It's going to be here long after we're gone. So like the cycle of like the environment changing and stuff, hey, if that's if we're a side effect of that and like going away, then it is what it is. Like, we got no control over that. No matter, that's like the illusion of like people having control over like stuff like that that's completely out of your control.
I agree. I do agree. I like George Carlin. I like man, his stand-up was great.
Real.
Dude. I like that shit. Yeah. And that's kind of stand-up, in my opinion, is starting to make a comeback, where like the you don't give a fuck kind of stand-up. Not like George, but like
I said, I feel like he was more of a philosopher than he was like a comedian. But a lot of his comedy stuff was great. But then like my favorite comic right now is like Shane Gillis. Like,
yeah, he's great.
And I liked him like before he got fired from SNL. Like his podcast and stuff was like great. But it's
we were talking about that with the comedian we had on the other day. It's like it's such a great way to have conversations. It's such a great way to open up conversations to shine light on people's insanity. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
dude.
you know,
Yeah,
it's
we're
like,
all crazy.
yeah, bro. It's a great way to start conversations, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
absolutely.
that's what I really love about Shane Gillis is he does it in an eloquent, funny, punchy way that again doesn't have to be
Yeah, he's one of the bros.
a right or a left thing, dude.
Yeah.
It can just be
If it's funny, it's funny.
bro. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? That's my favorite, bro. So, yeah. So back to your business a little bit. Is this your first venture in starting your own company?
Yeah, it is. So it kind of crazy how it worked out. When I moved up here, I had a job like lined up for me. I was working for a company that's out here, and I've known the owner. He's known me since I was born, and he's known my dad since they were kids.
Yeah.
And I worked for him previously for a little bit, and then when I was moving up here, I'm like, hey, do you need someone to work? Like, I need a job. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. So I went to work for him, and then business was good over there, and like, I was kind of running all the equipment and doing a lot of the artwork, and just getting my feet wet on like taking on more responsibility and like that type of work, because I was a union machinist and welder for 10 years. So that's what I did for a long time. And then I'm like, okay, let me just take all, let's dive into this, because I'm actually really into this. It's not, to me, it's like fun. It's not really work.
Yeah.
So anyways, it was going good. And then they got slow, put me on 2 days a week. And then I was going back and forth between, here in San Jose, like working at the machine shop again and go help out my dad. And in that time I picked up, I was like, you know what, I'm going to start doing side work, which is what I've always done, is like, graphic design and stuff on the side just to make extra money. Cause I was, obviously short, days.
Right.
Well, they got word that I was doing that and they fired me when I was out of town. Sent me a text message. It was like a breakup over text. So I was like, damn, that sucked.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the kick in the ass I needed to like do what I'm doing right now. And I wouldn't have done it if I didn't get fired, which, at the end of the day, I can like thank them for that. It's like, hey, if, the end of, they did it kind of in a messed up way to me, but at the end of the day, I'm like, maybe that's what I needed. I'll take it on the chin and just like take it as a learning experience,
Yeah.
But no, it's
everything happens for a
it's my first time like doing my own thing, and I'm still trying to figure out the business end of things a little bit. But for the most part, it's like I provide something that like no one else does. Like for the most part, when you order like graphics for your dirt bike, you go online and like they have a website, and then you have all these pre-made designs that all you do is just like throw your number and your name on it and whatever logos you want.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Which that's cool to a point, but you still run the risk of like rolling up to the track and seeing the same graphics that you have, but just a different number.
Red and black.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, that kind of bummed me out. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't have any overhead really, because my house is paid for.
Okay.
So I can justify like spending some more time on artwork. So that's why I like doing custom stuff for everybody, because then it's tailored to every customer. Everyone's different, so it's like everyone's personality is in those designs to me. And I like rolling up to the track and not having one of my bikes look the same.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I agree. I think that that's an important thing as well. I think having a different thing. And I always wondered that is like, because I always think it'd be dope to have we were talking about this, like if you want you want your graphics on your dirt bike to be camo, bro, with your number, dude, fucking do that.
I'm actually doing a camo kit right now. Dope, like camo with like matte laminate, so it'll look like, it's gonna look sick.
Yeah.
It's like for one of my neighbors that lives down the street. Good dude.
Yeah, dude.
And he's on the HOA, so it's always good to stay on their good side.
Oh man, you're in an HOA, dude? You're Kylie Ranch?
I actually don't even know what the name of my HOA is, but it's cool because like I have a family member on it.
Yeah.
My cousin's wife is on it. Yeah. And then that one neighbor, Mark, and kind of go through the ringer with them a little bit here and there. Like,
I wonder if HOAs were invented by gypsies, dude, because
they had to have been, dude. It's a scam.
You know what I mean?
Oh, the only thing I do like, I will say, coming from the Bay Area, is it does keep everyone. Yeah. Everyone's stuff looks nice.
Yeah.
Which I'll take that.
Yeah. I do like that, and it keeps your property value up. I get that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the little nitpicky stuff, man. Like I'll go racing over the weekend. I'll leave my trailer and my truck hooked up in front of my house.
Shut the fuck up.
And then all of a sudden I get a notice in the mail that someone drove by and took a picture of my truck and trailer in front of my house. I'm like, you assholes. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
unloading this thing. It's on Sunday night. Like I want to sleep. You know what I mean? I'll take care of it in a day or two. I think at least like my stuff is cool. Like it's a badass trailer and a nice truck, so it's not like some like rinky dink stuff. So it's cool to look at. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the HOA thing is like it's crazy, but also like I said, it's got pluses and minuses. You know.
Yeah, it does, bro. It does. The big plus is you don't live in California anymore, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's massive. That's like I'll take
Yeah.
HOA over that.
For sure, dude.
But no,
Yeah.
like the business has been going good. You
Good,
know,
bro.
luckily I've built a pretty large clientele over the years. So
Yeah.
like I have friends that own big brands like, you know,
Yeah.
Purpose Built's local,
Cool.
Chris, like a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I actually just did a bunch of breast cancer stickers for him this
Oh.
week that he's selling to like raise awareness and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
We're gonna have the club do stickers through you.
Yeah,
Our last
I
one.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we've been like piecing them together to wherever we could find it, but like to have a consistent like, I want to be able to shoot a text like I need a 4x2 sticker and just be able to run.
Yeah,
it. You know what I mean?
Make it
So,
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah, you're definitely gonna pick up clubs knowing who you are. You know.
yeah,
what I mean?
like you know, I got I'm contracted with
Yeah.
other clubs, so like
Yeah.
can only do certain things, which is like cool because like
Yeah.
you get locked in that way, and it's
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like between like brands like that, Hostility with Roger,
Yep.
I just did a bunch of Hostility decals for him
I
too.
saw those. Those are tight. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and like that was like again just another person. I grew up watching him go from a plumber to what he is now, which is insane to me. And that was like a big inspiration on like the sobriety and like hustling and start my own business and all that kind of stuff. I learned a lot from that guy, which is, badass. And he's he's Roger at the end of the day. Like he's fun to work with, like I'm
Cool.
sure TJ could relate on that
Yeah.
one a little bit.
Yeah.
Roger's like very particular, but he'll make you better. Like sometimes you'll want to kill him, but at the end of the day, you're like, all right, I see what he's getting
Particular
at.
people, in my opinion, are the ones that like John. I probably drive John crazy. It's like I have to have it my way.
Yeah.
And sometimes my way's wrong, and we fucking learned this, bro. And like we've learned this lots of times, but I have to have it my way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just won't sleep. I'll vibrate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like the people around me that really love me, they'll just let me fail
Yeah.
or do it right. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, and I'll fail, and they'll let me do it. And then
I've dealt with
yeah,
customers that are just like, I'm just warning you, I'm kind of a pain to work with. And as soon as I get that text, I'm just like, God,
well, I'm not a pain to work with. I'm just a pain to be around. You know what I mean? So I'm just
a pain to
like,
those
but
who
like
love
it's like
me.
my I think the first time I got my Harley painted. Check it out. This is and my badges were millimeters. I think I took a what do you call it, a caliper?
Yeah, calipers.
And it was one side was off. I think
you see one side of the tank at a time, right?
It was fucking stupid, bro. And I know exactly. And I was like, it doesn't, and
the only time I would say that I'll
redone.
give you credit on that is if you're looking at like your back fender and the pinstriping don't match from one side to the other.
That
I'm
too,
like,
bro.
all right, that would bother
That would
me,
drive
but
me crazy.
Like,
Yeah, gas tank emblems.
being
crazy.
the sticker guy, if like someone came out and busted out a set of calipers to see if like
That's
one
stupid.
logo was within like tolerance, I'd be all, dude.
That's fucking ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah. We're gonna overcharge you.
You know
more,
what?
bro.
I've actually told customers before because I charge for revisions. So I'm like, you get two free ones, and then after that, it's about $10 a piece. And then but it's just funny because some people take advantage of like the first two free ones, and then I hit them on the throat. I'm like, hey, instead of it being $10, it'd be $100. Like this is kind of outrageous. Oh, you know what? Let's just run it. I'm like, oh, that's what I thought. Yeah. Trust me, it'll look good.
Yeah.
That's another thing is like I try to convince customers. I'm like, yo, if my name's on anything, I want it to be perfect. And I'm a perfectionist to a fault. Like I'll spend way too much time on certain things because like not even that the customer will notice it, but I'll know. Yeah. And it's like I'll spend hours on something, like cleaning up a logo or something like that, like going through and making all the curves like perfect. And like they won't know the difference, but I will, because like I'll look at the previous one they had and then the one that I did. I'm like, yeah, mine looks better.
Good. I agree.
That's like huge for me. And
do you when you're designing these, are they giving you creative control?
For the most part, I've had a lot of people that are just like, this is kind of my direction I want to go in and run, and they just let me run with it, which is great because those it's like you know, I've had my helmets painted in the past, and like every helmet painter I've been to, I'm like, here's my helmet. It's plain white. Like, here's what my race car looked like or dirt bike at the time looked like. Do your thing, you know, and because that's why you're an artist. That's why, you know, you're doing what you're doing is because you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's why people pay you to do that because of your talent. And it's like, I've dealt with some customers where they're like, this is what I want. I don't want you to screw with nothing. I don't want you to mess with that. That's it.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, no problem. And like, I'll do whatever they want, you know, which is fine. But yeah, what the customers that just kind of let me have free reign is like super cool. Cause it's like, all right, I take it as a challenge. Like I just did a sticker kit for this kid. He's on 65s. It's my friend's kid, and he rips super fast. But he like the bikes are red, and then he wanted purple, pink, and cheetah print.
All right.
And I'm like, sick, dude.
Yeah.
And it came out badass. But it's like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Like I love like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let me see how I can take this crazy idea and just make it into something cool.
No, absolutely, bro. Yeah, that's do you have any advice for young entrepreneurs trying to start a business, thinking they're gonna, you know?
Oh, I mean, just because I'm so fresh with it, I mean, I would just say you honestly just if you're thinking of doing it, it's worth it. You know, even if you fail, you know, I feel like I've known a lot of people that took the leap and it didn't really work out how they wanted to. But then you know, I know a lot of people that have had ideas on doing their own thing, but have never just like taken the leap and done it. And then you're always like, what if I did do that?
Yeah,
You know,
man.
and I'd rather just be like, oh, you know what? I tried it and it didn't work, but at least I tried.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, where can everybody find you on social media, man?
So my Instagram page, my personal page is at 555, so TRIPLEFIVE, and then my business page is at Vision Moto Co.
Cool,
So
man.
it's super easy to find.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for being
Yeah,
here, bro.
no problem,
We
dude.
appreciate it. We'd love to have you back on. If you're looking for
Yeah.
the custom decals or anything like that, not just in Reno, but to support a local Reno business, check out Vision Moto, you know?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, dude.
cool. Mark, thanks so much for being here,
Yeah,
bro.
appreciate it, dude.
All right, man.